Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Alan here. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day as always. Lots of stimulus updates today, so let's just jump right into it. So the House of Representatives and the Senate went ahead and passed the second stimulus package. This is after 9 months of waiting for the first stimulus package and after 6 months of negotiation with the second stimulus package. Earlier today, lawmakers went ahead and released the stimulus bill, which was 5,593 pages long. Politicians had a few hours to read through it and pass it. The House of Representatives passed the second stimulus package with a vote of 359 to 53. Afterwards, the bill progressed from the House of Representatives to the Senate. The Senate went ahead and voted on the second stimulus package and approved it at a vote of 92 to 6. It now has gone to President Donald Trump for his sign-off. President Trump has stated earlier that he is on board with the stimulus bill and that if it reaches his desk, he will go ahead and sign off on it. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin said that these stimulus checks will go out as early as next week, the week of December 28th. If you qualified for the second round of stimulus checks, you can opt for either a physical check or a direct deposit right to your bank account. The IRS stated that these direct payments will go out by December 31st. Paper checks will take longer. They will go out between now and January 5th at a rate of $10 million per week. If you are unemployed, you will get both unemployment benefits and a stimulus check if you're eligible. Here are the details on the second stimulus check. They were the same as my last video. Nothing has changed since then. As of right now, we know that the second stimulus package will include a second stimulus check for $600 for qualifying adults and qualifying dependents. However, adult dependents will not qualify for the second stimulus check money. Mixed status households will be qualifying for the second stimulus check, and the same income limitations will apply as it did from the first round of stimulus checks. So this means that the qualifications will be $75,000 or below for single tax filers, or up to $150,000 for married tax filers. So that means if you are below that cutoff and you received the first stimulus check, you're going to receive the second stimulus check too. However, if you make more than the threshold of $75,000 for a single tax filer and $150,000 for married tax filers, for every $1,000 additional dollars that you make over the limitation, that means your check will come down $5 each time. Federal unemployment benefits will be for $300 a week. It will start on December 27th as long as the bill is passed, and it will go until March 14th. Before, they were saying it would go to the end of April, but they have cut that back. This will apply to self-employed and extend how long the benefits last for. Additionally, there will be a second round of PPP and EIDL for $20 billion, which goes towards gig workers and the self-employed. Both of these programs have tighter restrictions, however, and qualifications at this time. In order to qualify for a small business PPP loan, you would not have to have gotten the money for the first round of PPP, or you would have to demonstrate that you've had 30% or more reductions in business. SNAP benefits will also be increased by 15% for 6 months. There will be more for free school meals or reduced price meals for children in school. There will be $400 million going towards food banks and $175 million going towards seniors for the Meals on Wheels program. There will be a pay boost for our troops. Military personnel will receive 3% salary increase. Additionally, there will be $13 billion to help farmers, and the eviction protections will be extended from December 31st by a month to the end of January 31st. This will include $25 billion for those who are behind on their rent and for landlord assistance. Whatever they give for rent, 90% of it must be used for paying the current rent or future rent. There will be $45 billion in aid to help transportation services such as airlines and railroads. Tax deductions for the self-employed, small businesses, and big businesses will also be a part. Furthermore, you can write off 100% of your meals as a business tax deduction instead of only 50%. Also included in this bill, you will see money for vaccine distribution and administration, money for schools, and money for hospitals. There will be nothing for essential workers and no student loan forgiveness. Both state and local government funding and liability protection will not be included in the second round of stimulus. As I stated yesterday, both party leaders are declaring victory over the stimulus package negotiations. The Republican leader, Mitch McConnell, is saying that the Republicans won the stimulus package negotiations because the stimulus bill is very narrowly targeted and it aligns with his proposals, which he introduced earlier. And again, the leaders of the Democrats, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, said that they won the stimulus negotiations because they went ahead and extended certain government programs that were going to expire, which would buy enough time for President-elect Joe Biden to pass a much larger stimulus package. Currently, we are taking action on a $900 billion stimulus package. Just 2 months ago, a $1.8 trillion stimulus package was offered by the Republicans, which Senator Nancy Pelosi turned down. Senator Nancy Pelosi did admit that she did this because of the 2020 presidential elections, and she didn't want President Donald Trump to look good going into the elections. She did want a $2.2 trillion stimulus package to be passed, and she stated, these are her words, nothing is better than something, because if we settle for something, it might be a missed opportunity. Now keep in mind, the $1.8 trillion stimulus package, which was previously proposed, included a $1,200 stimulus check for qualifying adults and $1,000 for each dependent. However, the stimulus check that's just being passed right now only offers a $600 stimulus check for each adult and qualifying dependents. Senator Pelosi also turned down unemployment benefits for $400 per week for 19 weeks with a 1-month retroactive pay. In this package that's currently being passed, we only have $300 per week for 11 weeks of unemployment benefits with no retroactive dates. It is said that over 12 million Americans were set to lose unemployment benefits by the end of this year, December 31st, which means that there are higher chances for mortgage forbearances, people being behind on their rent, people being behind on their credit card payments, and many others. The previous package did offer $25 billion in student loan forgiveness. However, this package doesn't have any student loan forgiveness. The initial package had $300 billion set aside for state and local government aid to save our jobs of our teachers, our firefighters, paramedics, police officers, all these public jobs. The government would only have been allowed to use this money specifically to save these jobs or for the pandemic relief or expenses. Keep in mind, now this package that we're passing right now does not have any state or local government aid and no liability protection for businesses. There were over 50 Democrats in both the House and the Senate that stated that Senator Nancy Pelosi should have just accepted the $1.8 trillion stimulus package that was offered just 2 months ago. The Republican leadership is saying that the $900 billion package will be the bridge from now until when the vaccines start becoming largely available and the economy begins to recover. The Republican leaders are saying that the $300 per week unemployment benefits, along with the $600 stimulus check, will be enough for Americans to be held up until the fall of 2021. The Republican leadership did drop their willingness to help the American people by dropping their proposal from $1.8 trillion to $900 billion while the situation actually worsened. The unemployment claims has been strictly increasing for the last 2 weeks. The economic situation is expected to worsen over time. The Center of Budget and Policy is reporting that there's an escalation in the number of families who do not have enough money to put food on their table. However, some Republicans were criticizing the stimulus package that it wasn't going far enough and it wasn't enough for the American people. Specifically, we know that Republican Senator Josh Hawley was saying that the stimulus package does not go far enough, that he was fighting for that $1,200 stimulus check even to the last few seconds. As I stated yesterday, President-elect Joe Biden issued an official statement 2 days ago saying that right now help is on the way, and as soon as he gets into office, his administration will work on getting started on the next stimulus package. Additionally, Chuck Schumer, the Democrat minority leader in the Senate, and Mitch McConnell, the Republican majority leader in the Senate, have both individually stated that there is more to come and that the next package will come in January. Chuck Schumer told reporters that if President-elect Joe Biden believes that we need a $1,200 stimulus check, most likely they will all listen to him and do so. Schumer also believes that Biden will be much more involved with Congress and will be able to do a better job pressuring his fellow Republicans to push the larger stimulus package. Now with the passing of the stimulus package, all of our attention now turns to the Georgia runoff elections. Now that the second stimulus package is being passed, all of our attention is going to go ahead and shift over to that Georgia runoff election on January 5th. President-elect Joe Biden said that the second stimulus package will only be a down payment for what he and his administration will pass when they're in office. However, keep in mind, if the Republicans get control of the Senate by winning the Georgia elections, that would mean there's going to be more political gridlock and President-elect Joe Biden can't do much there. These runoff elections have been already very costly. The Democrats have spent over $30 million in campaigning, and the Republicans have spent over $86 million. Hopefully you guys all learned something new and enjoyed the video. I thank you all so much for your continued support. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. It does help me out tremendously. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on those post notifications so that way you're aware of when I do upload my next video. Comment down below, and until next time, peace.